That, I think, storyline tended to try and maybe expose or dig a little bit under the characters of each and every person in the team.
You know what I'd like to do now?
What?
Let's drink the entire contents of the minibar.
Why?
I don't know, I just feel like it.
Okay. What would you like first?
Television is first and foremost a visual medium, so you can save a lot of time by setting up one shot with Jane Tennyson in bed with a guy who's black. And we've just said all we need to know.
I just don't like being treated like some black stud.
Is that what you think's been going on here?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's in your head.
Is it?
I think you'd better go.
Don't worry. I'm going.
I hope I can rely on you to be discreet.
You really are something else, aren't you?
She has a rather foolish one-night stand while on a policing course, and that comes back to haunt her because Bob Oswald, the character with whom she has the brief fling, is then assigned to her crew as the sort of token black policeman. And so there are many, many issues that we were able to explore through that plot idea.
What do you mean by co-opting someone onto my team without telling me?
Well, it seemed to me that a black officer would be, how can I put it, a useful addition.
Well, why didn't you consult with me?
Actually, I consulted the community liaison officer who thought it was an excellent idea. A blackface prominent in this inquiry, an antidote to the Birkins of this world. Are you saying you can't use an extra man?
No.
Then what are you saying?
Look, if he'd been a part of the team from the beginning, that would be different. Now, every time I ask him to do something, it's open to misinterpretation.
I don't understand.
It smacks of tokenism. It's political manoeuvring. I mean, you should have asked me first. Pulling rank just undermines me.
I wasn't pulling rank. I was just trying to help you.
Oh, bollocks. Sir.
For Prime Suspect 3, the subject turned to the seedy world of rent boys and the issue of homophobia.
Hello, son.
20 quid. Down the toilets.
You just blew more than you expected, son. I'm a police officer.
Okay, so I'll make it 10.
Watch it.
With Prime Suspect 3, you know, Linda, who has an award-winning journalist's talent for nosing out a story, had picked up some of the threads which contributed to the whole story about the death of the rent boy and the kind of conspiracy of silence around children's homes and paedophile activity, and was so close to the mark, clearly, that I was actually phoned by the chair of a local council in London, and again, I won't say which one, to say, do you know something we don't, because we've been investigating something in our area and it's uncannily close to what you've been looking at, and it's very disturbing stuff, and can you tell us, you know, what you know? And I said, well, as far as we know, we're creating fiction.
What did shock me profoundly was we had a storyline where a house had been bought and they're remodeling the garden and they find a dead body. And then they find another one. And in my mind, I was going, that's a little bit, you know, that's pushing it a bit. And then very shortly after that, the Rosemary and Fred West case came about. And I thought, my God, not only was it realistic, the real world went so much further.
Very far-reaching as a series in its subject matter, and I think not afraid, like all successful shows that Granada produced from that era, not afraid to engage in things that were politically difficult.
No one had done anything like that. It was horrific, it was gripping, it was cinematic, it had, you know, great performances, it looked gritty and real.
Coming up, an actor's life.
He's standing in front of me and I'm on the phone, hang on, let's just lean this way.
And playing dead.
When Helen reveals my face, my eyelids are twitching, so they go, Maxine, you're twitching.
On Prime Suspect, Behind the Scenes.